Hi vlog, welcome to San Diego. Our baggage has arrived. We've been out here doing work all day. E60's in the center of the garage. Ferrari's getting moved out. It was cloudy earlier. It's not real warm, it's probably 60, but we got some sun and we've been working. There's a rear bumper from an E60 M5. There's an M5 without a rear bumper, which looks ghetto and badass at the same time. It did push the carrier in about a ½ inch, and what holds the carrier to the chassis is a little bent. I don't know what that costs to replace the carrier and the thing, and if we're gonna fix it or not. It'll go back together and visually look perfect. I don't know how much of a safety concern that is. The chassis is fine. It just damaged these two metal components, so I'll have to look into that. Anyways, got the rear bumper off and changed the steering wheel trim, took the wheel out, and this piece of trim down here is now new. It used to be very worn right here and right here on both sides, and now that's fixed. So I gotta set the time and date again. But productive day so far.
Words disappear.
70s and the S85 V10. How can you go wrong with that? So we just met my dad's friend Blair over in UTC for dinner. Blair was the guy who we went to Vegas with in July, who we got the killer deal at. Remember, you guys remember the Delano in Las Vegas in July with Steven? Yeah, that trip. Met him at this place called Luciano's, I think. No, it wasn't Luciano. I'm thinking Pittsburgh. Luigi started with an L. Lucadia. Really freaking good pizza. Anyways, though, we did get the steering wheel trim changed out on the M5, so that's done. We need to take the bumper down to the shop tomorrow morning early, and there's no way it's going to fit in this car. So we're borrowing Blair's 2004 Caddy Escalade. So that's going to be sweet. We'll have that for a couple days here while we get the bumper down there, and it's got tons of room in the back. So we're headed back to the house now. We're going to work on the stereo setup. So we're going to try the dimmer switch on these LEDs. We got one at Home Depot today. So we're going to give that a shot. He's out turning off the power right now. Don't know if it's going to work or not, but they're easy enough to install. Okay, weird looking dimmer switch. The one we took out, very standard. Screw, ground screw. The one we put in has these leads on it, much bigger. You can't screw it into the back of the thing. There's no push-ins. You got to use the leads. So if it works, we're really going to have to shove it in there. Hopefully it fits in that box. It's going to be tight. He's turning it on now, and then we're going to test it. Okay, it's 1 a.m. and time to wrap things up. So we got the dimmer in, flip the dimmer on, full power, fine. We bring it down. These in here, I guess, are halogens. They dim a lot faster than the fireplace lights, so that's all the way down. Those are damn near off, and these are still pretty bright. So we're going to look into changing these bulbs from halogen to LED. Or from LED to halogen. I don't know if that will be possible, but it works. They don't flicker or flash. The LEDs just don't dim as much and as linearly. Then we moved on to this. This took several hours. Got all the cables managed as best as we can. Drilled the holes in here. Got everything set up. Everything is working very well with the exception of the outdoor speakers. The Zone 2, we're going to have to do some config in the software, but we got the sub hooked up, drill the hole through there. The couch is going to be right here, so it'll be in between the couch and the bookshelf. But it sounds amazing with the sub. That obviously made a huge difference. So really happy with that. Still a lot more work to do in here. So I'm going to go to bed. Ton of work today. We got the bumper off the M5. The steering wheel trim in the M5, picked up the sub, did the wiring, did the dimmer switch. This was all we ate until we went to that really good place for pizza tonight. And there's still more, so that's good breakfast tomorrow. Tomorrow we're getting up early, taking the bumper down to the paint shop, dropping that off. He's going to call insurance and looking to get a claim. The bumper carrier, we'll be able to put the bumper back on and it would look totally fine, like nothing happened. But the impact pushed the, they call it something interesting, like a deformity bracket or something like that. That's bent, and the carrier itself is bent a little bit. enough to impact anything? Probably not. Should the key be in another rear end collision, it's already structurally weakened a little bit. So we're going to look into seeing if we can acquire the parts before the bumper comes back and just unbolt everything and put new parts in there. I don't know yet. He's not going to have that car forever, so it's not hugely important, but we're going to look into it and see if it can be done. Anyways, I'm going to go to bed. I'll talk to you tomorrow from another busy day. Good night.